These are 20 times referees ruined the NFL.
Holding!
You cannot condone these actions right here.
Who they give it to? Touchdown!
And first, the time a referee became a defender?
As Heineke avoids pressure and heaves it deep. Samuel, the officials don't like Samuel makes the catch!
Holy moly! Man's a better defender than Nick Bosa. But so is the referee at number 19, because he practically gave points away.
Jackson is going into the end zone. And I think Jackson slipped over the umpire.
Damn, a quarterback sacked by an umpire? You gotta watch out, because at number 18, not even the GOAT is safe. Brady just hit a brick wall out there, but at least he held onto the ball, unlike what he did at number 17, because the referees saved his ass. See, late in the fourth quarter of the 2001 AFC Division playoffs, Brady was sacked.
Blitz. Lost the football. It's on the ground, covered by the Raiders.
That's obviously a fumble, or at least everybody thought so, except for the refs.
Quarterback's arm was going forward. It is an incomplete pass.
Yeah, enforcing the tuck rule would eventually force overtime, setting up the Pats for an overtime victory, something Raiders are still steaming over today. But look, referees have done a lot worse, because at number 15, a referee almost tore a player's ACL.
Corner of the end zone, defender slips incomplete.
Man, that's straight up vicious. Thank God these replacement referees are gone. Because at number 14, the officials forgot what a catch looks like. See, during a Lions and Bears game, Calvin Johnson had an incredible catch to give his team a late lead.
Touchdown, Calvin Johnson! And a miraculous catch.
Or so he thought.
The ruling on the field is that the runner did not complete the catch during the process of the catch. It is an incomplete pass. It will be third down Detroit.
Honestly, what the hell is going on? Did this dude just wake up and decide he wanted to ruin Johnson's day? Nothing could confuse me more than number 13, because the referees ruined every Steeler fan's night. See, in the final seconds of a game against the Patriots, Pittsburgh threw what they thought would be a game-winning touchdown.
To the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Jesse James!
So they started celebrating, only to get heartbroken a few seconds later.
After reviewing the play, the receiver in the end zone did not survive the ground. It's an incomplete pass.
My
It'll be
goodness!
Pittsburgh's ball. Second down and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, the refs ruled that Jesse James lost possession of the ball when he hit the ground. That's tough. But so was Des Bryant at number 12, because he changed the NFL forever. See, in a divisional playoff game against the Packers, the game wasn't the only thing on the line for the Cowboys. So was their chance at a Super Bowl. But that's when a miracle happened.
Here's one down the sideline. Pass caught by Des Bryant. They're going to mark him inside the 1. And a brilliant catch.
Now, after a perfect throw and a perfect catch, come on. At this point, I'm not sure the NFL even knows what a catch is. And ultimately, the call gained so much hate from the fans that the game earned the nickname, the No Catch Game. But for number 11, we gotta talk about one of the most controversial goal line endings in NFL history. See, in 2022, the Commanders were losing by 8 against the Giants. And with just 1 minute left to play in the fourth, they had to pull out all the stops.
Heineke takes Robinson inside, comes it to the goal line. In for the touchdown. There is a flag down on the opposite side of the field by where Curtis Samuel, the receiver, was.
Illegal formation. Offense number 17. He was not lined up on the line of scrimmage. Therefore, he left the tackle uncovered.
Yeah, according to the Zebras, Terry McLaurin was not in the right position during the play. But if you check here, dude is asking the Zebra if he's in the right position. And if you think the officials couldn't make things even worse, just right after that call, this happened.
Thibodeau out of the play. Heineke throws. Incomplete. Broken up by Darnay Holmes. No flags down. And the Giants are on their way to getting this one over Washington.
Bro was straight up riding him, and it was still not called for pass interference. The refs were definitely playing favorites. We gotta talk about the time the referees completely changed the outcome of a game. See, in the 1998 NFC wildcard game, but this time, something game-changing slips by the officials.
They get the cross. There's Jerry Rice's catch. Packers are saying he fumbled. I don't think he was down.
No, he's not. The knee doesn't touch before the ball
Yeah, Jerry Rice got away with a fumble. And with that, I can't hate the referees at number 9, because they made the most made-up call in Super Bowl history. See, as the fourth quarter started winding down, the Chiefs found themselves in Eagles territory, and so Mahomes had a chance to seal the deal for his team. But instead, he did this.
Mahomes, pressure, lofting one, end zone incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster couldn't catch up. There's a flag at the 10. Hang on, there's a penalty.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 24, defense.
Worst case scenario, you'll see James Bradbury. They're going to say he grabs him. He's got his left hand on his back. I don't know. I think you let him play. Obviously, Mahomes thought he saw it.
That's holding? Where? But the referees weren't done there, because after that call, it resulted in the Chiefs getting this chance.
Butker, up, got it! And the Kansas City Chiefs have won Super Bowl 57!
Man, by the way they made those calls, there ain't no way they didn't have bets on the Chiefs. But look, the referees at number 8 were even worse, because they couldn't even agree on what call to make. See, in a wild card playoff game, things took a turn for the wacky when Matthew Stafford dropped back to make this throw.
Stafford is incomplete. Flag is thrown. Pettigrew, the intended target, with Hitchens in coverage.
The pass interference, number 59, defense, automatic first down.
I mean, it looks to be a pretty typical pass interference call. And how could it not be? You see how much contact there is there? But after throwing the flag, I guess some of the officials got cold feet, because just moments later, they announced this.
And now they're going to pick up the flag. Wow. Boy, that was late. Have you ever seen that call picked up that late?
Not at all. Obviously, the guy that had the best angle also was the back judge that made the call.
Now it's 4th and 1.
The botched up call set up a 4th down for the Lions and gave the Cowboys a huge break. And apparently this all happened because the referees couldn't agree whether or not this was pass interference or face guarding. But the NFL has had its fair shares of disputes, because there was a time things were so bad for the referees, they refused to officiate. See, on September 24th, 2012, the Packers faced off against the Seahawks, but the focus was on something else, because the league and referees were in a labor dispute, something that would eventually cause an outbreak. Now, up to this point, the NFL thought the referees were easy to replace, so they brought in a whole new team that had zero experience officiating an NFL game before, which would turn into their biggest nightmare, because in the final seconds of the game, the replacement referees did this.
The game's final play is a Wilson loft to the end zone, which is fought for by Tate with Jennings simultaneous. Who has it? Who they give it to? Touchdown! One guy goes up, touchdown. The other said no time.
Now, obviously, it's hard making the right calls without replays, so the replacement officials did what anyone else would do and review the play.
Call on the field stands. Touchdown.
Seahawks win in the most bizarre finish you'll ever see.
You're telling me after the review, you're still gonna stick to your guns? Man, these referees were tripping, and I'm not the only one who thinks so.
They're ruining the game.
And after that night, the NFL had their hands tied behind their backs, so they had to crawl back to the official referee team and agree to their demands. The New Orleans Saints had everything but easy, because at number 6, they had the worst no call in all of football, and it cost them a trip to the Super Bowl. See, with less than 2 minutes left in the game against the Rams, Drew Brees stepped back into the pocket and threw a rocket to Tommy Lewis when this happened.
Pass is incomplete, no flag. And the two officials talk to each other. Crowd's going crazy as there's no flag right on the Saints sideline.
Roby Coleman plays the ball. It's an interception. It's probably going the other way with it. I mean, the ball's on the other side of Roby Coleman, and John Payton is justifiably upset.
Pass interference, helmet to helmet, hit on a defensiveless receiver. I'm no expert, but how the hell can you be that incompetent? Imagine losing the game because of that call and missing a trip to the Super Bowl. Ridiculous! But hey, number 5 isn't much better, because the referees made not one bad call, but multiple in a row.
They are coming. Cousins just lofts it up in the air, and interference call is on the way against Snead.
This is just your typical play, right? Just a defender getting hit with a defensive pass interference. Well, wait until you see what happens next.
There is no foul for pass
The refs removed the flag from the field, so there was no longer a defensive pass interference foul. But things only began to get worse for the officials, because tweets started rolling out showing that when the defender removed his helmet to argue with the refs, he wasn't even flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct. Viking fans were fuming. But you know what's worse? Enforcing a penalty when it's undeserved. After scoring late in a game against the Cowboys, the officials called an illegal touch because allegedly the offensive lineman didn't declare himself eligible, which reversed the touchdown and caused the Lions to lose the game. The call left the Lions stunned, because I guess we'll never know. If only we could go back in time and do it over again. Kinda like the play in number 3. After failing to convert on 3 and 9, the Kansas City Chiefs offense started walking off the field. But while the Chiefs punt team gets ready, an official steps up.
The play was shut down. The clock and should not have started. Please reset the game clock to 10 minutes, 24 seconds. Put 10 seconds on the play clock. We will start the play clock on my signal. Game clock will start on the snap.
Because of a play clock issue, the referee gave the Chiefs a second chance at 3rd down. Apparently, they tried to stop the clock before the ball snapped, but it was too loud in the stadium for anyone to hear the whistle. But still, I feel like the only time I've seen a do-over in football is when I'm losing in Madden. But losing is just part of football, and sometimes the umpires are the ones to blame. Blank in number 2. On December 1999, the Cleveland Browns were playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars when tragedy struck.
Gobble up the Jaguars. Now watch what happens here. Unfortunate, and the referee, Jeff Triplett's flag, hits Orlando Brown in the eye. He went right over to him, but the eye swelled up immediately, Tom.
Offensive tackle Orlando Brown was hit with a penalty flag that was weighted with ball bearings, but no one knew just how bad things really were.
This is frustration right here. The official hit Orlando Brown in the eye with his flag as he threw it. You can see his eyes all swollen up. The flag hit him right in the eye, and the trainers came out to help him.
When Brown returned to the game, he took his frustration out on the official that threw the flag.
And certainly, you cannot condone these actions right there by Orlando Brown.
After the altercation, Brown was ejected from the game and suspended. But the suspension was lifted once people found out how severe his injuries really were. The ball bearings in the penalty flag gave Brown partial blindness. Brown did eventually return to the NFL and played with the Baltimore Ravens. But yeah, this ref really halted Brown's career with this one. But listen, not all referees are bad. You gotta give them a break. Like, take a look at number 1 and then tell me if you'd volunteer for this job.
Right at Jimmy Smith, and now the ball pops free. Scramble for the ball inside the 5. He's got it.
Imagine being the referee and getting tackled by the entire Baltimore Ravens offense. Yeah, no thank you. Or imagine this. From breaking your opponent's ankles to the time Tom Brady humiliated himself. These are times trash talking went horribly wrong. But if you want to see that and much more, then you gotta watch this video on screen.